I get it. Some days after a long day of just living, just clearing out the space to roll out your yoga mat feels like a lot of work. So this yin sequence is made for those low energy days, for the days when your heart and your body are heavy, but you want to feel better. In this sequence, you'll have the opportunity to experience nervous system downregulation, deep stretching through the postures that we'll do, and an opportunity to experience an emotional or physical release. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Asatta Jones. I'm a yoga teacher of over 10 years, helping Black and Latine folk get out of survival mode and into a sense of felt safety and embodied presence. That way, they're able to reconnect with their bodies, reclaim their energy, and show up fully for themselves and their communities. If resources like these are something that you're interested in, make sure you like this video and hit the subscribe button, the bell button. That way you'll be notified when I share more resources like these. Okay, let's get started with our practice. For this yin sequence, props are completely optional, but if you do have them, I suggest 2 blocks, a bolster or pillows to prop yourself up, and a blanket, so that way you'll have padding for your knees. All right, let's get started. I like to start my yin sequence reestablishing or reconnecting with my breath, my slow and steady breath. So find yourself in any seated position, any dignified seated position. I like to sit in this lightning bolt position here, but if a cross-legged position comes easily to you, go ahead and go into that. But in whatever comfortable position that you find yourself in, allow your eyes to flutter closed for just a moment and turn your awareness to your breath. I like to notice the coolness of my breath as I breathe in and the warmth of my exhale as I breathe out. Start to notice the breath passing in through the nostrils. Notice it filling up your belly, expanding your rib cage. And notice how everything pulls in towards the middle as the breath escapes your body. And from this place of awareness, if you'd like to set an intention for your practice, go ahead and do so. Allow yourself to take about 2 more cycles of breath here. And on your next exhale, we'll begin to shift ourselves into our first posture, our embryo pose, which is a closed knee child's pose. So I like to take a bolster, and like I said before, if you don't have a bolster, you can use any pillows, anything that helps create cushion for you. But I'll go ahead and take my bolster, and I'm placing it right up against my thigh here, up on my lap. And I'm simply just going to allow myself to fold over my bolster here. And if I need a little bit more support, I can maybe take a block and place my bolster on top of the block like this. And allow myself to come down and feel supported here. I like to say with every yin practice, depth, stillness, and time are the 3 pillars. The depth and the stillness are your responsibility. Each posture is going to require a certain amount of support in order for you to sit comfortably in it for a few minutes. But once you've found the appropriate depth, the next thing is to welcome stillness. And I find personally that that steady breath that I've established in the beginning of my practice, and maybe the intention that I set for myself, really helps to keep me grounded in that stillness. Take a few more deep cycles of breath here. Let your exhales be a little bit longer than the inhale. And on that third cycle of breath, we're letting our hands travel a little bit closer to our bodies in order to press ourselves up back into an upright position. We'll go ahead and place our support systems off to the side for just a moment. And just notice how that embryo posture affected our bodies. All right, from here we'll move into our half saddle. So if you do have blocks and you'd like the support of blocks, you can place blocks behind you. I like to place one on the highest height here, and then the second one I'll place it on the medium height, slightly in front of it. If you have a bolster, you can create a recliner for yourself here, like that, as you recline back in your half saddle. Or if you have pillows, you can do this. But if you don't have a bolster, that's totally fine. You can still use the support of your blocks to rest comfortably in this half saddle pose. So we're moving into our half saddle. So we'll sit on our right hip and bring our left ankle to the outside of our left hip. From here, the right leg can stay bent if you'd like to, if that's comfortable for you, or you have the option of extending your leg. From here, I am going to recline back as far back as my body will allow. Today, this is as far as I'm going to go. This is the depth that seems appropriate for me. For some, if your knee is floating, the left knee is floating, you might benefit from placing a blanket underneath you and providing your knee with some cushion like I just did here. But once you found that appropriate depth, allow yourself to recline back. And let that steady breath welcome stillness. Taking a generous breath in here. Let your exhale be a little bit longer than your inhale. And let the next few cycles of breath prepare you to come out of this. And some of us might be able to sit right up out of this. Some of us might need to roll out of this towards the right. Decide what's best for you. And we'll extend the left leg, remove any support systems that we have, and then we'll bring ourselves into our half saddle on the opposite side. Rocking onto our left hip, bringing our right foot to the outside of our right hip. I already know I'm going to need the support of my blanket underneath my right knee, so I'm going to go ahead and prep myself for that. And option to bend that left leg or keep it extended here. When you're ready, allow yourself to come down. If, for some of us, this might be it right here. Staying upright, this might be an appropriate depth. But if you are able to come a little bit deeper into this posture, allow yourself to recline back, utilizing the supports of your blocks. Once you've found the appropriate depth for yourself in a comfortable position, welcome stillness. Generous breath right here. Let your exhale be longer than your inhale. And like we did before, start to walk your hands in underneath your body and decide if rolling to the left out of this is best for you or if sitting straight up is best for you. I personally like to roll out of this. It's a bit more gentler on my hips, but to each his own. We'll remove our support systems, put them off to the side, extend that right leg, and shake it out. I like to bring myself into Shavasana right about now. And with that, I like to place a bolster underneath my knees. Like I said before, if you don't have a bolster, pillows are a great substitute. And I like to take the blocks and place them underneath my ankle at the lowest level. After heavy days like today, I find that the more comfort and the more warmth that I give myself in a Shavasana, the more rested and renewed I feel afterward. So I recommend taking a blanket and placing it over you for warmth. And if these suggestions aren't for you, give yourself permission to explore what brings you the most ease and what brings you the most comfort in your Shavasana. But once you've found the appropriate support systems for yourself, allow yourself to lay back and welcome stillness. I'll bring you back in a few. Take a generous breath in. Sigh it out. Start to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up above your head and just take a stretch from fingertips all the way down to your toes. One knee at a time. Bring your knees into your chest. Your hands can find your kneecaps. Gently rock from side to side, massaging your low back. And when you're ready, find your preferred side and roll towards it. Let your arm become a pillow for you and just pause in this fetal position here, noticing the effects of your practice. Before pressing yourself up and moving on to your advanced practice, life off of the mat, tell yourself thank you for showing up here, for servicing your body with this practice, for choosing rest in a moment and a time in our society where urgency and effort is praised. May we also give thanks to the teacher that lies within us all, the one that knows that with rest comes clarity, and the one that becomes more and more present every time we step onto our mats. On your next cycle of breath, press yourself up into a seated position. Let your hands come to heart center. And I thank you all for allowing me to share my practice and my passion with you. I hope that this little 10-minute sequence has left you feeling better than when it found you. And if you enjoyed this short sequence, I invite you to join me every week for a longer Yin class. And I will leave the class schedule in the description of this video. Until the next time we meet, be well.